once again, YouTube. I'm here to talk briefly about how I feel about Ice Barrier, and also, I want to thank you because my Rated After Guide video is doing quite well, at least more than what I expected for a 15-minute video. And it's like I'm happy because I really enjoyed making it, and I'll probably bring out more of those for decks I like. I might even bring one for Ice Barrier because I'm quite liking this deck. But so with that out of the way, thank you again for the support on that video. That video is going quite well in terms of what I expected, but it's good to see. I want to do a quick talk about Ice Barrier because this is a deck that it impressed me in a good way. I was very pleasantly surprised with how enjoyable it is to play and how actually strong it is, because as a long H-turn Yu-Gi-Oh player, I've always met Ice Barrier as this meme deck whose extra deck power, whose extra deck cards are very powerful, like Trishula, everyone knows Trishula, come on. Fucking Marionak was a really powerful monster as well. And as of it, I've always I always have memory of Ice Barrier being a meme deck that was just not very good. But the deck just got some support on the that arrived recently in Master Duel, and I am quite liking the deck a lot. This deck has access to some of the craziest cards I've read. Take for example, George's or Mirror Mage or Lanceal. This card's crazy. The deck is very consistent going first. Not as much as I would like it to be, but consistent enough. Going second is okay, you can bait some interaction with if you have a good enough hand, but that's pretty much it that the deck can do going second. But going first, this deck has crazy board building potential. It has access to the water synchro pool, which are some of the craziest cards out there, like White Aura Whale, which is basically a monster's weapon summon. This card is crazy for OTK. It attacks twice, it fucking pierces. It does everything. This card is crazy good. But as for my experience with the deck, Revealer is crazy. It summons an Ice Barrier tuner from the deck. That it locks you into waters, but that doesn't really matter. And also has a crazy good effect. This one, if you would discard something for an Ice Barrier monster, you can just banish it from the graveyard, which is useful for your Spellbreaker, which basically makes your opponent unable to activate spell cards. This card is good. There's this card, which is a fucking 3 tokens, and it's also on being sent to the graveyard. It's also a searcher for any card of the deck. There's this girl, which is 2 extenders. It's a Mantisol from hand. If you have an Ice Barrier monster, and it's also a token from the graveyard. This guy, which is also an extender, but summons one from the graveyard, and being level 6, and these two being level 4, it just makes Lancia very easily. This guy is it's a foolish for Mirror Mage while being a self-modeling tuner monster. This card is also very good. And it's summonable from the deck with Healer. It also has access to Aegerin, which is a Synchrotron on its own. You can use it to make Lancea, you can use it to make Gimir. It's good. Just you can also like in some cases use it to make anemone, but that's like staying on the guide. It also is one of the few decks that has access to a tree of Universal Searcher. It searches any monster. This is like basically three more of any of your monsters, which is good. Like, this card is okay, I guess. It's Reborn. This card's crazy when it works. You just tribute any number of monsters and summon like monsters. This is like so you can just like tribute a bunch of tokens that this creates to just summon like this, and this from your deck and make like some really good plays. It doesn't even negate their effects. And it's also like a recovery from graveyard. These cards, like these cards are so good. They're really insane, but on practice, like it's only an okay deck. No, and the synchros are not like behind the main deck cards in any way. Like it has access to like the level 10 synchro pool, which has like Bahan and Chenging, just two like very well known cards. It has access to them. It also can summon Aegerin. It summons Lancia. This card is ridiculous. This card can summon like two floodgates from your deck in Rahia. Rahia that basically makes your opponent choose if they want to get skill drained or hand looped. And so like this guy, which is an Abyss Dweller, like sometimes you can summon this, which banishes any spells or trap they have. This is very good if you're against Runic, for example. Like these cards are this is good versus flu. If you are versus flu, this is very good to keep on field. I guess you won't be able to summon it with one Saya, but it's funny. Like because of this guy, and also like as if it was not enough, this has another effect that if it leaves the field, like by an opponent's card, it can be like an SP banishing it. It can be like someone linking it away. It can be like lava goleming it even works. It just summons any of your guys from your extra deck, any of your ice barrier guys, and it's like considered as a synchro summon. So you can like you can like Trishula them, you can like Trishula zero them, which this card is also like so good. This card just fucking banishes 3 cards. They control like boom, like that. These cards are crazy good. Oh, and also like I didn't even mention it, but this deck has access to one of the nastiest like plays you can make, which is like drawing 4 cards with Mirror Mage, because if you get this girl and Mirror Mage, you can just like get like 4 tokens on the field with like Mirror Mage, and then you can just like draw 4, or I guess you can also like Puddle Dragon, but that's like your choice. You can just like draw 4 cards with this. Like you just fucking like you most of them will draw like a hand trap or 2, like you'll draw extension. Like it's so crazy. Yeah, the deck is very good. Like, long story short, this deck is very good. It pleasantly surprised me. I was not expecting it to be so good. Yeah, that's it. Like, you can expect a guide for it soon. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the Raid Raptor guide, I will do one probably better than the Raid Raptor guide because I found something I could improve. And yeah, that's it. Bye. Hope your day is great. Bye bye.